Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bag of Churros, season 35 Warship. Yep, here we go. All right, guys. So what's going on? Wanted to let you know that actually, I don't know if you guys saw this base. It's pretty decent. It's not the greatest in the world, but it does its job. Since my last video, I went from 14 to 16, and that was in about 2 days ish. So, it took me a day to get to 15, one more day to get to 16. Good progress, I'm happy. So far, so good in the season. How did we get there? So obviously the last video we made was with Sparky. If you don't have ever Spark, not a do or die, but I think it helps a lot. Especially with those bases that are pretty dirty, especially the ones with mines. She just distracts, with all the critters and everything. Absolutely 100% critical to get heavy choppers and max them, okay? You gotta do that. This is good, and this is really good too. That's gonna get you a lot of points, and you're gonna climb very quickly. The most important thing is the attack. Okay, so the attack is a Choppa rush. So this is how you do it, okay? So on the video you saw maybe some slightly different statistics in these because I played a little bit more, but even here we're seeing a 7-3 record, which is pretty good. So let's check it out. Okay, this is sort of how I recommend that you attack. It works out really well. Let's see, is this the right one? Yeah. Okay, so the typical base that you're gonna go against, and things do change as the season evolves and as people kind of figure stuff out. But if you get to this base, which is pretty common at 4 engines, 1 on the lower left and then 3 in some sort of order. Sometimes there's 2 at the top, sometimes there's 3 on the right, but it's always basically 1 and 3. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop 1 heavy chopper, 1 rocket chopper, and over here, 2 heavy choppers, and the rest. It was that 3 or 4, whatever's left of heavy choppers. And you're gonna drop Sparky in between, okay? Now, you guys are pros, you probably know this, but just in case, obviously, make sure that you drop your heavy choppers first, let some heavies get down, and then launch with your choppers, okay? So that's what you're gonna see here. Okay, easy peasy, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Let them get started. If there happens to be a boom cannon, especially on this side, you might want to distract it with critters. Try to save it if possible. In this case, there is no boom, so we're just going to go free clear there. And then drop Sparky, once you know that you're going to get at least a couple heavies up there. And then follow up with all your choppers. Okay, now I actually didn't do it in this particular fight, but the best thing to do at this point, once the first 2 engines go down, or once the one on the left goes down, then what I highly recommend is you flare the next 2 and distract the engines. This one, the boom cannons, this one, and then this one, and that'll get you a better time. I didn't actually do that. In this particular case, I free cleared the right and then flared this one. And the other critical thing is, and you'll see at the end, once you do flare, you flare that last engine, use all your GBE on as many critters as possible. Okay, so one thing about this particular attack that's pretty evident here is just be aware that you are going to lose some choppers, okay? You're going to lose maybe 1 heavy chopper, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, who knows, rocket choppers, but hey, better to get the win. Oh, one other thing, there's no stopping critters. If you go up against the critter attack, you're going to lose. That's really the biggest challenge right now. But, if you don't have instant training, you're not really good with critters, the payoff is pretty short-lived. You can climb maybe 2 or 3 levels, but long term, you're probably better off spending your money somewhere else. Let's watch one more, just for the fun of it. Namaste. Wait, let's not watch Namaste because I think I had one by the time that we finished. So here she. Fatigue. This was a slow one. Let's see what happened there. 247 won't get it done. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do here. I'm sure it was this craziness, but same thing, right? So you got 1 on the lower left and 3 on the right. So we're gonna do 1 1 on the left and then 2 4 on the right. Sparky in the middle. Notice that because he has a boom cannon, I launched a little bit further out to give my heavies a little bit of time to get there. I may have also distracted. Note what's happening here with the choppers. Tough situation. He's got real good spread. So he's got 1 there, plus the shield, so you can't flank. So that's, you know, that was tough. That's why Sparky in this case was our lifesaver. Just adding. Speed it up a little bit. So this worked out nicely. Both engines went down right around the same time. So now we're going to flare the top 2. Flare and critters as much as possible. Flare and critters as much as possible. Boom. That's how you do it, guys. All right, well, short video. I'll make another one shortly. But yeah, if you do this, hopefully get you to high, you know, silvers, maybe even gold. If you want to look at the tech tree, you know, obviously we went for heavies and maxed them. I think I showed this a little while ago. On some mines, yeah, we could upgrade critters, we could upgrade flares, we could upgrade this and this. Don't worry, we'll get there as soon as we. But we're trying to beeline to this engine. Because again, those critters are super hard to deal with. So we got to get out of the 4 engines. All right, guys, later.